conversation club. So this is a conversation. Okay, I'm gonna introduce myself first. My name is Alejandra Castillo for the people that haven't been with me before. I'm doing my practices at the UNAT for my career, and for today we have the conversation club. We're gonna talk about the future you. So in first instance, um, this is a conversation club, so I will ask you and beg you to participate, to open your microphone and talk, because otherwise this is not gonna work. First of all, so the vocabulary for this class is gonna be imagine, future, planning, goal, dream, ambition, and flexible. Being flexible. So we're gonna talk a little bit of ourselves and how we see ourselves in the future. I believe anybody has any questions about the vocabulary, right? Hi, Wilmer. All clear with the vocabulary?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
perfectly.
I think it's clear.
Thank you, Natalia. So let's start with the questions. How do you imagine yourself in 10 years? Do you like to plan your future? Do you like planning things, or do you just are an spontaneous person? To be honest, I like to plan. Like, I don't like to plan my whole life because nothing is 100% certain that it's going to happen that way. But I like to plan if something goes wrong, what is going to happen, right? I try to put myself in the worst position of the situation and plan what is going to happen if something went wrong. So, but my future in general, well, I have some dreams and I have expectations in my life to become a teacher and trying to enforce my career in another country. But otherwise, like that, I'm not like a planning person. I'm more like an spontaneous girl. So, what are you guys? You're a planning person or you're just spontaneous?
Yes, I think I agree with you because I like to plan the things that I'm gonna do, but in my everyday life, not like in 10 years, but I think I see myself in 10 years maybe doing my master degree
Hmm.
or working uh, with something related to English, maybe learning some new languages. But yes, as you said, I don't like to plan in a long-term future,
Hmm.
but I think I can work better when I plan my everyday. Like you have to do this in the morning, this in the afternoon, because you can be more organized.
Organize. Hmm.
Yeah, productive. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And that's also good to plan your day. That will be like maybe not the key of the your future is not to plan your actual future, but maybe to plan your day or plan your week to do something different that you would like to try. Maybe try to plan that kind of thing. So thank you, Natalia. Christian Wilmer, do you want to say something?
Yes, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good
Sorry.
afternoon. Yeah.
O- Okay. Regarding to the first question, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, teacher. I consider my 17 years maybe as a leader in the future where I can contribute to my community, each kid, each person, generally the people, yeah, in my community, contribute to help in some particular issue related to my degree in this case, and
That's good.
contributing to develop some social activities and where can use the English as a second language. Yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
me, maybe in the future, I would like to set up an academic or social community with this.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. It's good to be like that's the plan for a teacher, right? To contribute with the community. That's pretty good. Thank you. Uh, okay, we have new people. Paola, Gina, and Laura. Hi, welcome. For the ones that just arrived, we're answering these questions. Okay, so who would like to participate?
I can participate.
Thank
I imagine myself in 10 years with really good English skills. I imagine myself being a teacher and helping others to improve the language. And also, I picture myself like learning a new language, or at least I hope at that time I know Portuguese
you.
perfectly.
Oh my God.
And yeah, and well, yeah, I'm not also. I picture myself with my babies now big and like bigger and older, and well, that's it. Traveling a lot.
Nice. Yeah, travel a lot. Try to go to Portugal. You're gonna love it. It's cheap
Oh,
and it's really nice. People are nice too. The food is nice. I will suggest you to travel to Portugal. Thank you. Thank you for
yes, I
sharing.
heard that. Okay,
Thank,
thank you. Thank you.
thank you. Somebody else? Gina, Laura, Christian?
Yeah, teacher.
Christian.
In 10 years, I imagined myself as a professional English teacher, and I want to have a stable job, keep learning, and help many students. And I also hope to travel and improve my English even more. And yes, I like the planning my future because it helps me stay focused and motivated. Um, and I also understand that plan can change.
That's nice. So you say you would like to you would like to travel?
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you would like to travel?
Mm, mm, maybe through French.
France?
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I mean, France is really expensive, but it's nice. It's nice. You will see ratatouille there, and also the food is really good. That's good. Thank you, Christian. Gina, you would like to say something?
Yes, teacher. In 10 years, I see myself as a highly skilled professional in my field, perhaps in the leadership role. I hope to have contributed to significantly to the society.
Mm-hmm.
That project and to be some my colleagues can really of the expertise as psychology. I
Psychologist. Mm-hmm.
psychology, yes, that's I think that they help other people.
To help other people. That's really good. That's really nice. And I hope you guys enforce yourself to all the dreams that you have and hopefully they come true. Thank you for sharing. So for the next step, we're gonna watch a video talking about the future plans, and then we're gonna give some questions with some answers to the questions. Let me know if you hear the video, please.
Yes, teacher, we can hear.
Perfectly. So
Many of you here have probably heard of the 10,000 hours rule. It's the idea that to become great in anything takes 10,000 hours of focused practice, so you'd better get started as early as possible. The poster child for this story is Tiger Woods. His father famously gave him a putter when he was 7 months old. Fast forward to the age of 21, he's the greatest golfer in the world. Quintessential 10,000 hours story. Another is that of the three Polgar sisters, whose father decided to teach them chess in a very technical manner from a very early age. Two of his daughters went on to become grandmaster chess players. I got curious. If this 10,000 hours rule is correct, then we should see that elite athletes get a head start in so-called deliberate practice. And in fact, when scientists study elite athletes, they see that they spend more time in deliberate practice. Not a big surprise. When they actually track athletes over the course of their development, the pattern looks like this. The future elites tend to have what scientists call a sampling period, where they try a variety of physical activities, they gain broad general skills, and delay specializing until later than peers who plateau at lower levels. That doesn't really comport with the 10,000 hours rule, does it? So I started to wonder about other domains that we associate with obligatory early specialization, like music. Turns out the pattern's often similar. The exceptional musicians didn't start spending more time in deliberate practice than the average musicians until their third instrument. They too tended to have a sampling period. Even musicians we think of as famously precocious, like Yo-Yo Ma. So this got me interested in exploring the developmental backgrounds of people whose work I had long admired. Duke Ellington shunned music lessons as a kid to focus on baseball and painting and drawing. Mariam Mirzakhani wasn't interested in math as a girl, dreamed of becoming a novelist, and went on to become the first and so far only woman to win the Fields Medal, the most prestigious prize in the world in math. Vincent van Gogh had 5 different careers before flaming out spectacularly, and in his late 20s picked up a book called The Guide to the ABCs of Drawing. Claude Shannon was an electrical engineer at the University of Michigan who took a philosophy course just to fulfill a requirement. And in it, he learned about a near-century-old system of logic by which true and false statements could be coded as ones and zeros and solved like math problems. This led to the development of binary code, which underlies all of our digital computers today. Frances Hesselbein took her first professional job at the age of 54 and went on to become the CEO of the Girl Scouts. Here's an athlete I've followed. He tried some tennis, some skiing, wrestling. His mother was actually a tennis coach, but she declined to coach him because he wouldn't return balls normally. He kept trying more sports: handball, volleyball, soccer, badminton, skateboarding. So who is this dabbler? This is Roger Federer. Every bit as famous as an adult as Tiger Woods, and yet even tennis enthusiasts don't usually know anything about his developmental story. Why is that? Well, I think it's partly because the Tiger story is very dramatic, but also because it seems like this tidy narrative that we can extrapolate to anything that we want to be good at in our own lives. But it turns out that in many ways, golf is a uniquely horrible model of almost everything that humans want to learn. Golf is the epitome of what the psychologist Robin Hogarth called a kind learning environment. Next steps and goals are clear, rules that are clear and never change. When you do something, you get feedback that is quick and accurate. Chess, also a kind learning environment. On the other end of the spectrum are wicked learning environments, where next steps and goals may not be clear. Rules may change. You may or may not get feedback when you do something. It may be delayed, it may be inaccurate. Which one of these sounds like the world we're increasingly living in? So if hyper-specialization isn't always the trick in a wicked world, what is? That can be difficult to talk about, because sometimes it looks like meandering or zigzagging or keeping a broader view. It can look like getting behind. But if we look at research on technological innovation, it shows that increasingly the most impactful patents are authored by teams that include individuals who have worked across a large number of different technology classes and often merge things from different domains. Someone whose work I've admired, who was sort of on the forefront of this, is a Japanese man named Gunpei Yokoi. Yokoi didn't score well in his electronics exams at school, so he had to settle for a low-tier job as a machine maintenance worker at a playing card company in Kyoto. He combined some well-known technology from the calculator industry with some well-known technology from the credit card industry and made handheld games. And it turned this playing card company, which was founded in a wooden storefront in the 19th century, into a toy and game operation. You may have heard of it. It's called Nintendo. His magnum opus was the Game Boy. We probably don't make as many of those people as we could because we don't tend to incentivize anything that doesn't look like a head start or specialization. And naturally, I think there are as many ways to succeed as there are people. But I think we tend only to incentivize and encourage the tiger path, when increasingly in a wicked world, we need people who travel the Roger path as well. Or as the eminent physicist and mathematician and writer Freeman Dyson put it, for a healthy ecosystem, we need both birds and frogs. Frogs are down in the mud, seeing all the granular details. The birds are soaring up above, not seeing those details, but integrating the knowledge of the frogs. And we need both. The problem, Dyson said, is that we're telling everyone to become frogs. And I think, in a wicked world, that's increasingly short-sighted.
Education is the ultimate idea worth spreading. That's why we have a channel dedicated
what I believe the video would like to promote is that the best way to get something done is to start with the small things that becomes out of ourselves. Like, for example, when you were saying, guys, that you would like to become the teacher, you would like to become the leader, you would like to become the trilingual person, and make something big, it also becomes from really inside of you. When, for example, for me, when I'm thinking that I would like to be the teacher of my kindergarten, is because I would like to actually promote the education for kids in a different way that I will like, or I will have, that I will, that I wanted in my past to get that kind of education. So because it's my vocation, is not, I'm not doing it because of money. I'm not doing it because I want people to know me. I'm doing it because I want to make something change. I want to change how educators are doing right now. So what do you think for each of your goal are the skills that are essential for the goals that you have? What do you think? What do you need to become the leader, to become the teacher, to become the traveler? What do you think?
I will say that maybe it applies for all the careers, but exposures maybe to the embarrassment or awkward situations, like for example, this um, speaking because you think you're making mistakes, but you do it because you need to do it in order to improve. So I will say that in order to grow, you need to face that uncomfortable situations and repeat actions. So
Yeah.
by the time it is gonna be easier and not thinking just in the result, but enjoying the process. And as you said, helping, thinking about helping other people and how you can impact others' lives.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I believe also what are you saying is just taking the risk, right? Being brave and take the risk even if the situation is uncomfortable or not. Maybe you're gonna gain some experience through that. But yeah, that will be good. Okay. Encourage yourself to awkward situations. That's good, Natalia. Thank you. Somebody else?
Regarding
Yes.
to Davis,
Wait, raise your hand. Yeah, yeah. Wilmer, go, and then Paola. Thank you.
regarding to the first question, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Generally for me, the future can be essential the knowledge about the social media and about the artificial intelligence is obviously in this case. Yeah. Currently, we have a lot of tools, a lot of technology regarding to this, where maybe in our case, the people can develop some activities of a easy way. Yeah. In this case,
Mhm.
maybe the artificial intelligence and social media can be an essential skill in the future because
Yeah.
the people generally who who know these tools can be develop a good maybe a good yeah a good life in a few words, yeah.
Mhm.
And regarding to the second questions, life becoming easier or more stressful. In this case, I would say the life is becoming more stressful because currently we have a lot of issues, particularly problems in Dublin, problems between the government, the opposite part against the another opposite part, and maybe conflicts with in between nations, new rules, new taxes. In a few words, the life honestly is becoming more stressful. I don't know, for example, in this case, how will be the life in, I don't know, 50 years ahead. But for me, I consider my own terms and my sincerely opinions
Mhm.
can be more stressful. Yeah, because I've been saying before, we have a lot of problems with the government, new rules, new taxes, conflicts, particularly the climate change. Generally, for me, more stressful teacher.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it could be. There is something that you said, and actually I agree with, in the beginning of your speech, that you say the technological devices or technological process is gonna become something is important and essential in the future. That I believe that's 100% sure, guys. Like walking through the past and seeing our lives 10 years ago, I don't believe any of us were thinking to get a degree through a online university. Like I believe much of ourselves, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe much of ourselves were thinking that we will get graduated or we will get classes in person with classmates and teacher in front of us. So when I actually decided to do the degree, the career that I'm doing now, I didn't even expect to do it through an online university. But now I believe it's getting easier. I mean, Wilmer, you're right. It's gonna get a little bit more stressful, but it depends in the way that you would like to see. Because there is something that is 100% true is that the issues are gonna be always be there, right? Like there is always gonna be a war. There is always gonna be a Trump who wants to govern the world. There is always gonna be the president that doesn't do anything. There is always gonna be fights between communities, but eventually it's your life, right? Like you are essential human being and you are one only person that even could change or not the perspective of how you see the world. So there is something that I have been training myself because I'm this kind of person, or maybe I was this kind of person that I used to stress a lot. For example, doing the group activities now with the in the career in the courses, I used to stress a lot because I was saying like, why there is not students getting compromise or getting competence with these activities. Like it's supposed to be your career. Why you're just letting everything for the last second to be done? And then I understand that I couldn't change the actions of others. I understood that I couldn't change the way of thinking of the others. So why would I stress for something that I cannot change, that is not in my hands to change, to fix? So, well, it depends on how you see the life, but I agree with some point of view. Thank you, Wilmer, for the speech. I like it a lot when you talk. Paola, tell me.
Yeah, thank you for this words. Well, I was going to say that something essential if I wanna achieve my goals is being motivated all the time and also being disciplined
Hmm.
because those are tools that it seems pretty easy to say, but it's really hard to keep that because well many of people who do something sometimes don't wanna do it, right? They for example, my husband likes to work out every day, and I always ask him like, "Oh, you really like to do that?" And he responds like, "No, I don't like to do it, but I know I have to do it if I wanna achieve my goal." So these are the two more important things that I need for yeah achieving my goals. And with the second question, I think yeah it could be easier, it could be stressful. It depends on what situation. At least with technology, probably everything could be easier, but that also could be stressful for other people who is losing their jobs. Uh, Probably, I don't know, it's gonna be easier for us because probably we're gonna have robots cleaning for us, cooking probably for us. But yeah, I always think it's going to be stressful for new generations, for the new people, finding new jobs or developing new skills. I would like to see what are going to be the careers in the future
Hmm.
because I feel everything is being replaced by AI and all these technologies.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, it's more stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be right. I believe, well, in my opinion, I don't know, personal opinion, I don't think every single, like, there is, okay, this is my opinion. AI was made to don't replace the human, but mm, make the errors or the mistakes less. You know what I mean? For example, and I always put this example when we're doing an activity, when we're doing a homework, and they ask us to do a essay from bibliographical references about a topic, we're not gonna go straight to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT. They are asking me to do an essay and these are the bibliographical references, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, ChatGPT is going to do it as the way that ChatGPT is going to think that it's going to be right, right? But what makes you human and what makes you, yeah, a human being, a person that thinks is your critical thinking. That's something that AI is not going to replace from you because what makes you human are the feelings, are your the type of heart do you have, the type of personality that you have. That's something that AI doesn't have because AI it's not a human, it's a device, it's technological thing. So for example, as a students, I mean as teachers in training, I believe we're not gonna be replaced if we don't let the AI replace ourselves, right? You're not gonna go to your classroom with 40 kids in front of you and you're gonna say, okay, guys, ask your questions to ChatGPT. That's that's you making ChatGPT get over you and control you and actually replace you. So you don't use AI to replace yourself. You use AI to make mistakes less. So ask AI, how can I become a classroom a little bit more um, interesting, a little bit more catching for my students? Or I have noticed my students are motivation are yeah less, they have less motivation, so how can I improve the motivation in my students? That's something that I could ask ChatGPT because those are my feelings and that's what I feel through my students. So I don't agree 100% that AI is going to replace us and they're not going to replace all the jobs, but they're going to make, yeah, mistakes a little bit less from humans. That's my opinion. I don't know. Thank you, Paola, for sharing the idea. Gina, tell me.
Okay, teacher. Mm, I believe adaptability and multidisciplinary learning will be essential. In the case the work is not enough to know one thing. We need of skill to solve complex problems and pivot between different roles. Example as the and emotional intelligence will be vital as the technology advance, the ability to connect with the others, show empathy and communicate effectively. Skill I cannot easy replay will be more valuable than ever. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that the myths they become easier in terms of access to information and the technology. However, it's also more stressful because of the constant pressure to be productive and
Mhm.
over amount of digital noise we face every day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I could see it through the kids, right? I believe the generation that is coming right now are gonna get so stressful about their public image and how
Yes.
they become and how they're gonna be how they're gonna be looking in front of a lot of amount of people, and that's terrifying, to be honest. I don't see my fail. First, I'm this kind of person that doesn't care about what other people say. So I don't care if I, for example, sometime I would like to share a video. I don't care if a person say, "Oh, you're doing it bad," because it's how I do it and how well I would like to do it. I don't pay attention to that. But there is the generation of nowadays. They are so worried about how they look, how they act, how they react. That is, they are getting away of what they actually are. So that's true, Gina. I believe that's gonna become stressful, and for the now, for the ones that have kids, little ones right now, I don't know how it's gonna become in 10 years when the technological and the social media becomes part of our family, of our friends, that like how it's doing right now, of our social environment. That's scary, to be honest. That's something that concerns me a lot. Thank you, Gina, for the comment. Andres, yeah, Christian, you would like to say something? Okay, so let's do the last part. Do you think people should focus more on the present or in the future? Yes. I don't know, Gina, you would like to talk or go, or Wilmer?
Okay. Generally, for me, frankly, as far I as far I concerned, I would say focus more on the present because maybe I have been reading a lot of books, self self-esteem, yeah, in this case, in a few works. These books particularly has a phrase where maybe in this case give us a particular advice or some ideas where have to keep in mind some context, particularly being in the present, enjoy the present, enjoy with the family or friends. Focus more on the present because maybe if we focus on the future, maybe always we could be worried about, for example, we suppose I want to achieve this, I want to achieve another one, I didn't achieve this goal. Maybe that's kind of issues where maybe we can think a lot. Um, it then have a negative effect in our life. Yeah.
Mhm.
For
Yeah.
example, we are a lot much worried about that and specific goals or maybe a particular moment. So in a few words, for me, focus more on the present because we can't improve or achieve some particular objectives that in our life we can to develop or achieve in this case. To me, is more important this. And the second question, maybe the habit or maybe about to health, related to health in this case, particularly
Mhm.
maybe read, doing a lot of exercise, maybe trying another skill maybe in the life never have tried. Yeah, for me, maybe generally habits should be read. Yeah, because currently we have a lot of problems with the okay, obviously procrastination and another key issues like maybe mental health in this case, mind health,
Yeah.
sorry. For
Yeah.
me, the most essential habit I consider in my own terms and my sincere opinion is simple. Read day to day, month to month, or year to year. And with this, maybe we can guarantee our future or day to day or work-life balance in this case can be good in a good mood in this case, and maybe enjoy each moment. For me, that's my simple opinion about this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I believe we shouldn't be worried too much about the future because everything could change, right? Like I remember when the COVID arrived, like for myself in my personal life, I used to have like everything planned. That's why I don't plan anything right now because there is anyone like imagine there in another country there is another crazy person who likes to eat bats in the soup and he gets a virus all over the world and the world stop working. Like what if that's gonna happen again? What if we are planning so much about the future and that something is gonna get out of our hands and we cannot control and it's gonna stop our plans? So it is for me it is really important to just think about what I could change right now. What it's on my hands that I could change right now about myself that I could do for others, maybe, or maybe that I could present to others. So I agree with that kind of aspects. Thank you, Wilmer. 1, 2, 3. Natalia.
Yes, the same. I agree with Wilmer because, as he was saying, I think
Okay,
that
wait, hold on, because I don't know if it's only me, but I hear you like you are in China and I'm in Peking. I don't know if you could speak a little bit louder or you could get closer to the microphone.
okay. Um,
Ah, mejor. Sí.
yeah, when you're like an overthinker and you think about the future, it can brings you like anxiety. But if you think about the past, it brings you depression. So I think that the solution will be being more in the present. That way you can enjoy your family, the things that you have, and instead of being worried about what happened already, what you can change, you have to do something what you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I agree with you. It's very important because there are times that we just can't change the things and we just have to act, do something with what you have.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's in your hands. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Gina.
Okay, teacher. From my perspective, I believe people should focus mainly on the present moment, as the imagine shows the obsession of the futures creates anxiety. However, it is healthy to have a vision for the future, while the keeping fit the plans in the now to enjoy life
Yeah.
because the people show the focus on the present, living in the past, often bring their regret and the worries about the future bring stress. Begin the
Yeah.
present out used to be more productive and peaceful, when actually helps us build a better future. I think that the people should be the practice mindful or meditation for for minutes a day or focus of in your breathing can help the stays in the present. Another great habit, gratitude. Yes,
Great.
uh,
Yeah.
yes, it's great. With the helps you appreciate what do you have right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you should be. Yeah, there is something that's true. Sometimes we don't stop and we think, like, we start thinking about everything like jobs and study, house, taxes, payments, but we don't stop in our lives and be grateful. That's something, yeah, that's something that my grandma tells me a lot, that we should be grateful at what we are doing right now. For example, we have the right to study, we have the right to travel, we have the right to become better people, and and that's something that we should be actually grateful of. So that's something good. Yeah, Gina. Paola, tell me.
Well, yeah, I guess both are really important. Because the things we are doing right now is because we want something in the future, right? The people who is buying a house is because they are thinking in the future. People who is learning a language like us is because we are thinking in the future. We want to get money, have new skills. But yeah, I feel like it's more important the present. Also, like my classmates said, because we don't know if we're gonna live more, right? Like we don't know if we're gonna be in the future, if we're gonna enjoy I don't know our house, if we're gonna be able to work in our careers. So yeah, the more important thing right now is like enjoying the present, enjoy the process. And yeah, and probably in the future you can see the results of the present, the
Yeah.
things you are doing in the present.
Yeah, to see the results. That's something true. That if you work for it, you will 100% see the results. And if you see the results in your in your mind, in your futureness, that's 100% something good. So, guys, that's gonna be everything for today. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for talking and sharing your ideas. I don't know if you would like to say something else, or that's gonna be all. Okay.
No, no,
So,
that's it.
thank you. Thank you guys for coming to the conversation club and being this time with me. I really appreciate this time that you're sharing and collecting new knowledge and getting to know each other a little bit more. So I'm gonna share with you the attendance link for you to fill it up. And that will be all. That will be all for today. Thank you for coming, guys. I don't know if you have any comments, any suggestions.
No,
No,
teacher,
thank
everything
you
was
so
clear.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, and have a good night. Sleep well. Well,
Okay,
Thank you.
teacher. Thank
Thank
you.
you, teacher,
See you
for
soon.
your time. Take care.
thank you, guys. Bye
You
bye. Thank
too.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.